Today I'll be doing a review of my 2017 Colnago C60 in PLGL, which is the colour code name for gold. So I ordered this frame back in January of last year. It took 3 months for it to be made and delivered, and then the subsequent build with full Campagnolo Super Record EPS in the V3 version. So the V3 version allows for the battery to be mounted inside the seat post here, as opposed to being mounted underneath the bottom from the chain, the bottom bracket there. The V3 also allows for you to have the gear indicator on the bike, which can be seen here from the front cog, and the rear cassette there also shows the battery life of the EPS, and the battery here is the Garmin life there. It also allows you to sync it and change all the configuration of how you shift the gears through the mobile My Campy app. So in terms of the frame, it's a super stiff and compliant frame. The frame weighs in at just over 1 kilo, 1,050 grams. And the main difference from the C59 is you've got the oversized bottom bracket there, which is the BB thread fit 82.5, and the bottom bracket here of the frame, and also here on the seat stay, is about 50% larger than that of the C59. The wheels on the bike are Campagnolo Bora 150 Clinchers. They weigh 1485 grams, and they're also a super stiff and compliant wheel that I've had no issues with to date, having also ridden previously on Shimals. They're very similar, just a carbon and more aero version. In terms of the frame, the C60, it's the flagship Colnago model. It represents the anniversary of Colnago as a brand, and it also represents the classic lugged frame design, which is what Colnago is famous for. The ride on this bike, with the oversized bottom bracket now, is super stiff, provides lots of feedback, and you feel totally at one with the bike. It might sound biased, but it's the best bike that I've ever ridden, and especially rides well downhill. When I was deciding what bike I would get, the main criteria I wanted for my bike was I did want it to be made in Italy. And this Colnago is the only one out of the whole range that is still hand built in Italy. The other reason I chose this bike is because of its timeless design, timeless shape, timeless looks, a one-of-a-kind colour, and as other people would attest to, it's possibly the last bike you will probably ever need, because it ticks so many of the boxes in terms of ride, handling and stability, and can serve any purpose, from a long ride, a short crit, a grand fondo, anything you throw at this bike, it can do. It's possibly the only bike you will ever need. It's a pure rider's bike. Other features I'll go over on the build of the bike is it's got the Selle Italia SLR seat with the carbon rails. I've built it with 3T components up at the front in the cockpit. You've got the 3T ARX limited stem, that's a 120mm, which is slammed down. We've got the 3T Ergonova bars. We've got look pedals, and obviously the rest of the components are all Super Record, and obviously your drivetrain is EPS with the carbon Colnago bottle cages here. So that's it, guys. The 2017 Colnago C60. The best bike I've owned, and can highly recommend it to all you guys. Cheers.